Hello everybody, hope you're fine. Today we are looking at the Mixars Primo. Yes, I said Primo because Primo it's not very an English term, so it's Italian. It's an Italian brand, so maybe it's Primo. It's like that. So it's a two-channel. If you want to control the level of your track, but you can also mix up to 4 channel. It's easy. You just to check the channel, the deck 1 or the deck 3. You see the light is changing, or you can have the deck 2 and deck 4. It's easy, and it's a 2-channel control for the level, 4 channel, and you can easily plug your turntable or your CD player if you want. There is not an all-in-one, but a standalone mixer inside with standalone FX. You can have it without a computer, and you can, of course, if you have the DVS upgrade, if you pay that, you can also mix with DVS. We will see in the video. It's very easy to plug and use it with this utilization. So 2-channel and 2-channel and 4-deck controller. Let's go to the navigation after the mixer part and the decks part. So navigation part is very easy. You have your browser here. You can go directly with a push directly into your library, your playlist. You choose one. You can choose load on the left and load on the right to load your track. And after, if you want to load on the deck 3, for example, you have just to plug it like that, and maybe this one, and you will see you will have red for the deck 3 and blue for the deck 1. After, if you want to use only the Primo directly with your computer, you have just to push the play button. But like I said, you can also have the DVS part. You see, when I go to relative, there is no control, but you can easily put a little DVS part and have the DVS function, and you have all your odd cue loop if you want. You see a loop, odd cue, scratch, everything is working. So let's go directly to the Primo with the in-channel part. So mixer part, you have the trim control here, high, mid, low frequency for the EQ. It's a kill part, mid, low. You have a little FX part, very cool. You have noise control. It's standalone FX, so when you use it with a CD player or a turntable, it will work. Filter, low pass, high pass, echo, and crush. After the PFL or Q section, you can listen to the channel 1, channel 2. Of course, if I plug channel 1 and go to channel 3, you can also listen to the channel 3, of course. And the PFL section is here. You can, we will see in the connections at the end of the video. You can go to your PFL section to master. You can have your level, of course, a split Q. You can have the master on the left, for example, and the Q section on the right. And you have 2 outputs, 6 point, the big one and the little one, 3.5. 2 connections for 2 headphones. Faders and fader can be adjustable directly into Serato, and you have the curve of your coast fader here. So maybe with music it's better. So you can have a little curve like that. or cut. Or reverse. And it's done for the mixer part. Of course, I didn't say that you can, of course, listen to your turntable. If I go like that and go like that, this is a DVS signal, but you can easily choose a record and you can listen and mix records, of course. The deck part, so you have all your transport section, you have your play and cue section. You can put your cue directly, like the software, like Serato, directly on the in the start of in the beginning of the track, but you can also do it manually and put it directly in the middle or the end of the track if you want. Your sync button can sync up to, can beat match up to 4 tracks, so 2, 3 or 4 tracks. The sensor allows you to make a little reverse. But the music still play underneath, like skip mode if you want. There is a good example here. You can also make a real reverse with the shift button. You can go directly at the end of a track, the middle, like you want, a drop, a calm part, etc. With the touch needle, you can have your key lock section. So key lock allow you to move the tempo of the track without touching the key. So without the keys change, but with you maintain the 0% of the key. So no Mickey or Dagvador voice. You can also match two key between 2 tracks. So you can have a different tempo with the pitch, but you can just match the key. So you can match the tempo and the key, the tempo only, the key only. It's very cool. If you see with the jog, you can have multiple manipulation. You can decrease, increase. You can match 2 phrase between 2 tracks. With the platter also. But if you don't know how to use it, you can have the pitch bend here. You will make the exactly same thing. And of course you can scratch with the vinyl mode. And for the end of the pitch, you can have a key changing here. So you have just to push sync and change the key of the track. Up to 12 tones. We will see after there is a function allow you to make this directly on each pad. Okay, you can have the quantize mode if you want. The quantize mode allow you to put a loop or a hot cue directly on the grid of the track, if your grid is good. So without, you will have this kind of things. If you don't match your hot cue directly on the beat, you see my hot cue is in the middle. Very strange, of course. With the quantize function, I can put it in the middle, but the Serato will match directly. I erase it. And to finish with the transport, the sleep mode and grid mode. The sleep mode allows you to make manipulations like loop or backspin or hot cues without disturbing the playing of the track. You see, if you make a hot cue, you always call the hot cue, but with sleep mode, you can make a loop if you want, like that, maybe 1 beat, and release it, and you are directly into the track where you have to be. And at the end, the grid mode, I will not use the adjust mode because my grid is it's good, but I can slide it to show you. But you can adjust it, of course. With the slide, you will see the grid move to the left or move to the right, like that. So it's done for the transport mode. After all of that, the loop mode. So you can make an auto loop or a manual loop. First, the auto loop. You have just to choose the right length you want, maybe 4 bit. You active the loop here. You can decrease it, increase it. You can move on the left, move on the right, beat jump. It's very cool. And of course, you can active this loop or not. If it's not active, you will pass the loop and nothing. But if you active the loop with the shift button, like that, you go in it and loop it. We will see after. You can also record the loop, save the loop directly in manual loop, but we will see after. So the pad mode, hot cues. You have a lot of pad modes. You can have 4 of them with a touch of the function here, and 4 others with the shift button. So first 4, hot cue allow you to point directly into your track. When you are in pause mode, you can just verify if it's good, and when it's done, you can play it. When it's in play mode, you have just to recall them when you want. Etc. You can choose it with sleep mode, jumping with the track and the track still play underneath. You can have a hot cue like that, and erase it with shift button. After the roll FX. The roll FX is a little loop. Like the sleep mode, it's a loop and the track still play underneath. So when you release it, you will be where you have to be after. After a slicer allow you to make an 8-bit loop, and each 8-bit loop it will be different, and you can call a little part of 1 bit or half a bit with a parameter mode. You see here it's half. I can have quarter or 1 bit. Etc, etc. And if I use the shift button, I will have the same loop every time, not the next 8-bit, etc. But the manipulation are the same. After the sampler, little introduction for the sampler. You can choose every sample you have in your computer, but you can edit a sampler directly into Serato. To do it, it's easy. You go to the loop mode with your mouse. I erase whole. You check which sample you want to make. I will take. Oh, this one is cool. I check my loop. I want 4-bit, for example, that. Auto loop. For example, that. And I push plus, or directly we will see with manual loop save, to save it here. And after I show you the sample, I will erase this and I take it, move it here, and after you try to play it if it's a good sample. Oh, it's better with level. Okay, you can loop it if you want, you can sync it, etc. So I stop it, I put my music, I put sync, I put a little filter, for example. I can put some effects if I want. Etc, etc. So you can make very beautiful thing with that. So your own sample or sample directly on the track. After sampler, we go to the left. Q loop. So Q loop is the same thing as the hot Q, but it will do a little loop. So maybe this hot Q, for example. You go shift Q loop. You check the length you want. Maybe 2-bit if I want. Or 4-bit. And every time you will have 4-bit or 2-bit, depend the length of your loop. Of your loop will be. And you can stop it with a push. After manual loop. So manual loop, you can make the in point, record the out point, reloop it on off, etc. and save it. You have just to choose the slot you want. I will erase those to have an example. So the first one, you push in. There is my loop. So I can make on off. If I return into and it's off, no loop. If I return it with on off, there is my loop, of course. And I can call it where I want to be with the reloop here. Of course, I can decrease and increase if I want. Slicer loop, we saw it. And for the end, the pitch play. For the pitch play, I will do with the voice because it's better, I think. So pitch play, you engage it, and after you have to choose the part you want to pitch play. So first, I'm going to listen my vocal. You and me, love, for example, this. So I choose pitch play, and after I choose which one with the shift button. This one. etc. etc. A friend told me I saw your video. You have not. It's not good to say etc. It's in French, in Latin, but in English you say etc. So etc. And it's done for the pitch play. I think we have seen everything. Just the FX to finish with. So I will show you on the screen the FX. So you can choose between two FX mode with the button shift button. The FX part, a big FX with a lot of things to change, or a more easy FX part, so free FX. You can choose the FX with your mouse or directly like that with shift button. You can choose the beat you want, and after you have just to check which channel you want. Of course, for example, the channel 1 here. Every FX like an echo or reverb like that will be post fader. For the connections, on the front you have your mic aux switch here with the aux in RCA, the aux input, the level, a little tone control, and the mic echo. It's very cool to have an echo directly in the mic on this unit, on the mic. Your crossfader section with the reverse and the curve, and the PFL section with your Q master, the level, split Q, and your two outputs for the headphones. On the back, you will have your power supply, the USB port for the computer, the combo XLR jack for your mic, SCA input for your phono line input like turntable or CD player with the ground lift here, the master output in RCA and balance XLR, and both output on with the jack output. So it was the Mixars Primo. If you need information, if you have any questions, feel free to ask under this video. See you next content. Bye everybody, take care.
I stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me, stuck in my head. When lights go off, you're everything